Okay, coming in hot, final segment of the first live radio show of 2010. And going back to David in Arkansas. Go ahead and make your points, David.
Okay, thank you, Alex. The truth is our best ally and the only ally we really need because it's unwavering and unchanging. Brother, you're not alone. You're not the only one with discernment that can see how horrific this is. This pains me every single day to see how all of this is playing out.
Oh, I know. A lot of people are waking up. That's the good news.
Yeah, it is. It's fantastic. And it is inevitable that we will win this psychological war that we are fighting. It's just a matter of how much time and at
Well,
what
it's just,
cost.
David, I see the control grid going in place. The system knows we're waking up. They've been 5 steps ahead of us, building the surveillance grid, brainwashing the police, and brainwashing the public, and we better come together against tyranny. You know, when a Republican gets in 3 years, folks, we better make sure they cut government and restore the republic. But they're not going to. That's the problem. Everybody sees the Democrats sliding in polls. They see Democrats defecting to the Republicans. You watch. The Republicans aren't going to repeal the health care bill when they get in 3 years.
No, of course not. Of course not. No.
Unless we start 3 years ahead of time going, look, buddy, you better stop it.
Absolutely. But the good news is people are waking up, and with their sloppiness, with their arrogance and short-sightedness, this underwear bomber is a great thing because it proves without a shadow of a doubt that all of this tyrannical security that they're trying to pull on us is absolutely worthless. When the people,
that's right. Even if you believe, great points, and I appreciate your call, David. Even if you believe that all this terrorism is real, that, well, we gave a bunch of our rights, and what did we get? It's all baloney, folks. They escorted him on the plane. The whole thing's a cover-up to launch a new war in Yemen. Paul in Oklahoma, you're on the air. Paul, go ahead.
Hello, Alex.
Hey, buddy.
Well, I'm going to tell you about something going on in Oklahoma. Some of our representatives are working on legislation to try to stop the health care bill. And
that's right. You've got a whole bunch of state attorney generals, 18 of them, saying it's unconstitutional. You've got 30-plus states in passing or close to passing 10th Amendment legislation declaring states' rights. And the media is trying to spin it like they're seceding or something. They're not.
Oh, yeah, of course. They always will make us look like the outsiders or the bad people when we're truly not, you know.
No, the globalists are the outsiders under international treaty trying to take over our sovereignty.
Yeah, exactly. And I want to ask you about who I think or who I've been reading might be the new shiny face, the elite Newt Gingrich. He's been popping up more and more, and I'm wondering
Newt Gingrich, who tells you we need to give up our rights, that global warming's man-made, we need global taxes. He was for the Copenhagen takeover. Exactly. I mean, he's just a horrible rhino. But the media acts like he's this great conservative icon because talk show hosts say he is. The guy's a nightmare. I appreciate your call. Great point, Paul. Let's talk to Chris in Arizona. Chris, you're on the air. Welcome.
Hi, Alex. Hey, first I'd like to send a ton of unconditional love over to you and your guys in the studio and the Haskell family. I can't thank him enough for standing forward to this tyranny. I'm fighting it side by side with you every day, Alex.
Awesome.
They featured my car. I drive the Ron Paul 2012 car that Ron Paul signed on the 5th of December. And they featured it on the Daily Paul on New Year's. I was quite excited about that. But I want to thank you guys for everything you do. And this tyranny is incredible, man. It's been an unbelievable year, Alex.
It has been. I appreciate your call, Chris. Going back to the caller before him, bringing up Newt Gingrich, it was Newt Gingrich in 1994 when Bill Clinton was involved in all of his tyranny and treason against our Constitution, who led the Republican freshmen to destruction by not delivering their promises. And Gingrich is a top CFR member, a top traitor, a Benedict Arnold. And I believe he will lead a revolt by the people through the Republicans down a rat hole. That's what all these fake neocons posing as patriots are doing right now. They're telling the truth about a lot of issues, but positioning themselves to make sure the status quo of exploding government and tyranny continues. Seal in Canada, you're on the air.
Channel Jones.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, brother. God bless, first of all, you and yours in the new year, and even listeners as well, because they're part of this fight. And
they're not part of it. They are the engine, the treads, everything. They are the fight.
All right, and let's I got two other things to say. Let's count our blessings. We got ClimateGate. We got some good things that happened in the past year.
Yeah, in fact, I said last week that ClimateGate was the equivalent politically of Washington's victory at Trenton. And it was. It's a giant victory against the globalists. They were staking everything on this, and it blew up, and their whole fraud to set up taxes on every facet of our lives is in trouble.
Well, that's an excellent analogy, and that's why you're sitting in the chair you're sitting in there, brother. I think what we need, we don't need a bunch of public selves in a big building that calls itself the UN that pretends to look out for us. We need some sort of a citizens executive council. I mean, you got some good people there, Ron Paul and Kucinich. They've been doing some honest, good man work, but we need some people that can get in.
Lord Monckton has talked about a global freedom party based in each nation that pushes for sovereignty and liberty against the New World Order. And
excellent.
Yeah, that is moving forward.
Oh, great. We're showing a very strong non-confidence of government, not just government, but the individuals that
exactly.
are running the show.
Congress has an 11% approval rating. They're doing the opposite of what the people want, the opposite of what's constitutional. Good to hear from you, Seal. Awesome call. Billy Bob in Texas, you're on the air.
Alex, how you doing, sir?
Good.
Oh, great to talk to you. Alex, I am nothing but up on all of this, what's happening. I see clearly. But that's no excuse for anybody to back off the throttle at all. This is an exponential thing, and the applied force will become exponential. And they've had it. These ivory tower clowns, they're 40 or 50 years behind. I do not give them the credit that too many people do. They're old school. They're too old school, and this is the new millennium, and even going back from the new millennium to George Washington, the father of our country. I mean, we've got them boxed in.
Well, we've got them boxed in if we take action. It's true that the pendulum was swinging towards tyranny. That woke a lot of people up, and now the pendulum stopped at Copenhagen and is beginning to swing back towards freedom if we take the initiative. Yes, sir. God bless you. And it's great to talk to you. The first live broadcast of the new year, Billy Bob. Great points. And again, I'm giving callers short periods of time and trying to restrict myself to short comments so we can get you on air. Thomas in California, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Alex, first-time caller, long-time listener. How you doing?
Good. God bless you, sir. Go ahead.
Awesome. First, if I can get a comment from you, I got an article here from the Daily Paul titled U.S. Martial Law in January 2010. In the article, it states Federal Reserve Bank will be disbanded and replaced by the World Bank at the end of 2010, January 2010, causing the American dollar to value by 50%. Can you comment?
Who wrote it? Who wrote it?
It says submitted by Mauser.
But the person that posted it isn't who wrote it. What's the source?
I don't have it here. I printed it off.
All right, I'm going to let you go and comment on that quickly. When they got body scanners in the airports and police are taking blood without warrants and babies' blood at birth without warrants of all children born, when we've got GMO food that's killing us on our store shelves, when we've got a government that arrests people and tortures them and then puts them on trial, that is martial law. Don't ever look for them to announce it. When we have military running checkpoints all over the country and it's not even a big news item, that's martial law. It's what increment of martial law. Yes, the dollar's dead. That's why the bankers are buying everything up while it still has some value. But to put dates on it, I don't know. But definitely the real economy's imploding. Joblessness is up. They're printing tens of trillions, pumping it out there. It's like a sugar high. And yes, they want to implode our economy to bring us into world government. That's in their own documents and statements. But I don't know about the specific article you're talking about. I'll have to look it up. We just posted Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com, and I put in my films what we can prove, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk to Aston in Canada. You're on the air. Go ahead.
Hi, Alex. Thanks for taking my call.
Good. We got 30 seconds. Go ahead.
First-time caller, long-time listener. Got a few of those butterflies myself, but this should go well. First thing I wanted to talk to you about is I'm really looking forward to your series on the Founding Fathers. Could you recommend a good book?
You know, I've read so many on the founders from different perspectives, the French, the British view, the view in the colonies. I've read a lot of the letters and writings of the founders. But I am going to be doing every week or so, at least a few segments a week on our history, who we are, so we can know what we want to be and what we were and how revolutionary that was in a good way versus what we're becoming going back to tyranny. I appreciate your call. We're out of time. We'll have time to let the callers have a little bit more time on air tomorrow, 11 to 3 Central. In this same studio, Jason Burmis is coming up. If it's not on your local AM and FM, you can listen at Infowars.com. Great job, crew. See you back live tomorrow. Happy New Year.